Monday. I wanted to go live to talk about this particular group of people. Um, the guy Trevone Boykin. I'm after you. You have hit my S list. Trevone, whatever however you say your name, Boykin, right? We were literally just on a live stream maybe 2 days ago before right after the holiday. Um, and we were just talking about why we don't allow people in. I was saying why I don't allow people in my home. And lo and behold, this guy, Trevone, he decides to get his podcast, obviously, up and running. Weak ass podcast up and running. He decided that he wanted to go on his podcast with some other greasy looking guy, and they wanted to do a story time. He wanted to do a story time. This is before Russell Wilson and Ciara even had the other kids, right? He wanted to do a story time on the time that Russell Wilson invited him to his house, right? Out the kindness of his heart, he invited this man to his home Thanksgiving. And what did this man do? He turned around, did a story time about it, proceeded to call Russell Wilson weird, right? And this is at a time Russell Wilson was playing for the Seahawks. So remember, this has been a minute ago. This guy, Trevone Boykin, also played for the Seahawks at one point, remember? He was also a quarterback for them. So I was so fired up because this is why when people say, why you don't do certain things, why you don't have people in your house, why you don't do readings from your house, why you don't do this, why, this is exactly why. Because see, people want to be petty, they want to be jealous, they want to be catty, and they want to do story times, right? We live in a day and age where people want to get a come up on somebody else's misery, right? They want to break that perfect image that Ciara and Russell have created for their life. They want to shatter that. Well, Russ didn't have his mom. He didn't have his sisters. First of all, he don't have sisters. He has a sister. He didn't have his mom. He didn't have his sisters there. So clearly there must be something going on. It was just so weird. I just didn't understand it. If I had Russell's money, right? If I had Russell's money, my people would have been flown out. My people would have been there. Well, sir, why was your knucklehead, let me not start name calling. Why were you there? Why weren't you with your family? Right? That really just blew me. I was just blown away. And this is why for years and years and years and years and years, this is why I just, even at this point in my life, you can't come to my house. You're not invited. Period, point blank. Tell me what y'all think in the chat, right? Hold on one second. I gotta do one more thing. Tell me what y'all think in the chat. I was just outdone with him, baby. I didn't put it on Instagram, Facebook, shit, TikTok. I had to put it everywhere, child. I was after him. You know what I'm saying? And then thank God it started to really go viral because then it hit, of course, Twitter. Then it went, of course, Instagram. Then the bigger blogs started to pick it up and started to share it. So this is all in an effort. They have this podcast, and I'm not even about to tell you the name of the podcast because I'm not about to give you no attention for it. So they have this new podcast, and they're obviously they want to share stories to get attention for the podcast. Well, it's not gonna work. Now you look like a slime ball who went to somebody's home and decided to share something years and years ago. People share stuff all the time, but it's one thing for you to share a story. Say, you know what, I went by Russell Wilson's house and you know what, it was nice. I enjoyed myself. He didn't even start off with a positive. I didn't see a lot of his, but the first thing he want to do is call the man weird. Call the situation weird. It was Ciara, her little Future. Then he even proceeded to call little Future bad in a motherfucker. Like he just bad as a motherfucker. Like he ain't had no training. Notice he mentioned 2 nannies. Little Future bad as hell. They had 2 nannies there. So to even further insinuate, first of all, the situation was weird. The mom wasn't there, the sisters wasn't there. The Future bad as hell. They had two nannies there. So to even further insinuate something else, like Future is out of control, Ciara got nanny, she not even taking care of her child. Like that's what he further insinuated. Right? If you we focused on like, don't let people in your house, which of obviously. But those are the things he insinuated on. So I did a little research on this guy, and of course, me, I reposted it to every social media platform that I have. But I discovered that this guy had a huge domestic violence situation going on. Trevone Diggs. He had a huge domestic situation going on. And I looked at the picture. I looked for a picture of the woman. This lady literally had a neck brace on, guys. Go check it out. Go look at the article. Go look at the lady, light skinned looking lady. Her face was all messed up. She had a neck brace on her neck. But you over here worrying about Ciara, Russell Wilson, and what they got going on. And mind you, again, this guy was a quarterback when Russell was a quarterback. So clearly, you know how you may have the quarterbacks all clicking up together, then you might have all the linemen clicking up together. Clearly, he thought enough of you being a part of his little group that he brought you into his environment, right? But look what you did. For the sake of your podcast, to get clicks and views, what happened? You decided you wanted to go do a story time. Shame on you, right? So let me read some of y'all's feedback, because a lot of y'all put a lot of feedback on my thing. I'll just read some of the stuff that people were saying, because I did repost it. I was heated with him, baby. You would have thought he came to my house. Oh, I was so heated with that man. I was like, oh, this is why you can't even invite nobody to your house. Look at this. Oh my God. Like, I was super like, you would think the man came in my house and told some shit about me. I promise you. That's how and once you get on my shit list, baby, watch out. I'm going to be after you from then on. I'm going to be watching you, right? I'm going to be watching you. Hold on. Let me go to where I posted it. I think I did it in a short. Oh, how y'all doing? I'm just talking. This thing got 4,700 views already on my short. But let me read to you some of the comments that people were making on the short. So I was just saying that why I wouldn't let people come to my house. Why I don't let people come to my house last night on the live stream. He proved my point. People don't have good intentions and be hating on the slick. He couldn't wait to make it seem like there was an issue when he doesn't even know what's going on. And I used to follow, believe it or not, and a lot of people don't know this, I used to follow Ciara, on my backup page. This is before she met Russell. This is like when she had baby Future, and then she had that period of being single, and then she met Russell. It was a very short time. But I was following that whole love story, that whole journey, right? That whole time on my backup page. I follow a lot of people on my backup page. So if you go on my Instagram, you're like, she's not following anybody. No, I'm following everybody I need to follow on my backup page, including the blogs, right? Because I don't want to see it every day. I don't care who you are, baby. I don't love you that bad. But the point is, I was following them closely at that time. So I remember the whole like love story, how they met, going to the White House, all that stuff. I was like so excited for her, because I was like, okay, girl, you done left that, you done dropped that zero and picked up a damn hero, and then he cute and he fine, he got a little wavy hair. Okay, period. Go ahead, Ciara, do your thing, girl. So I had done followed that whole story. I had done followed Russ' story, because was married to this white chick, and then some mess happened with that, and then all the drama. But it seems to me like a lot of people just have a jealousy issue with Russ. Young man, come from a pretty good background, educated brother, right? Quarterback, making money. His life hasn't been perfect. His dad died when he was younger. But for the most part, he's had a pretty solid life. He and his family, from what I can remember seeing, they were always pretty close. Right? Him, his mom. It's not like it's a huge family. Him, his mom, his brother, and his sister. They've been pretty close. But again, we can always ask if there's a challenge. I don't care if there's a challenge. Let me tell y'all, this Thanksgiving, Everybody was supposed to go to my dad's house, right? But my sister's youngest daughter got real sick. Plans change. Plans change because it didn't make sense for, like, somebody got a virus to bring that into the environment. My dad is, 73. Plans change, things change. People decide, okay, well, what we'll do is we'll everybody do Thanksgiving at home, at their own home this year. And then for Christmas, we'll all link up, right? Because then my nieces had something going on. My daughter has. So I'm just saying that to say, like, we decided, let everybody do Thanksgiving this year at your house. And then for Christmas, we'll all gather for Christmas this year, right? What's the issue? So if you would have came here and I seen my whole family, it would have been a weird experience. No, shit happens, things happen. And then I love how Shannon Sharp jumped in and was like, listen, no matter how much money me and my brother had, you know, if a gathering was happening, it was happening at my grandmother's house. It wasn't just because I have the money didn't mean it was happening in my house. And that's another take, another way you can look at it. Because a lot of people, whether they have money or not, a lot of things happen at the grandma house, the auntie house. I know for years and years and years, we always used to do everything by my auntie Kim house, right? This is before my mama started really picking up the pace and doing stuff. But for years and years and years, it would just be us at home, and then everybody would gather, migrate over to my auntie Kim's house. What's the problem? What's the issue? You know, I don't see y'all comments. Are y'all commenting? Hit the like button. Is this on? I'm just running my mouth. Can y'all say hello? I'm just running my mouth. Give me a 1 if y'all can hear the chat. I'm just going to town, chill. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm just going to town. Woo. Yeah. I mean, how y'all felt about it? Did y'all like? Did y'all see that and was like, what is happening here? Right. So I don't know if I have so much of a questions about it, but like, give me the energy around Trevone Boykin. You were waiting for me to start. Start what? I'm talking. So you don't think see, this is a problem. Y'all don't think I'm starting unless I'm dealing the cards? I mean, is that it? I'm starting when I'm talking. When I click the button and then you see the screen and I say hello, I'm starting. What are we talking about here? I could be like, some of these readers are never. Actually, you know what's so crazy about YouTube? I remember when of course when I'm doing preloaded videos especially, I would probably set the stage for what we're about to do. And then what we would do is I would spend about 2-3 minutes setting the stage for what we're about to do, and then I would start the reading. That wasn't even good enough for people. They felt like I need to start the reading immediately. But then I'm looking around YouTube. They got people that be talking for 40 minutes. They deal 3 cards. They talk about them 3 cards for another 30 minutes, and they get off the live. Where Blue Nola giving you a 2-3 minute commentary to set everything up. I'm giving you a full reading, right? Cards galore. And people still be acting like you talking too much. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff you be like, chill, you about to get blocked. You about to get blocked. Don't even email me talking about unblock you. Too ungrateful. All right, let me not start off. All right, give me the energy around Trevone Boykin and Russell Wilson. Has he always secretly had, like, was he a real friend to Russell? Did he always harbor secret jealousy towards Russell Wilson? Give me the energy around Trevone Boykin. And this is why you gotta watch people. This guy was never your friend, right? This guy was never your friend. That's a thing. This guy was never your friend. I'm going to show y'all the cards in a second. I got to be careful showing that star card because they got a little naked lady on there, right? This guy was never your friend. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 10 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Hermit card, the Ace of Swords, and then the 9 of Wands, and then you have the star card, right? You gotta watch people because sometimes when your star is greater than their star, you make them feel a certain way, right? Especially somebody who got a whole bunch of problems, baby mama problems, girlfriend problems. They didn't, they've been charged with assault. They got, sentenced to 3 years in prison or what have you. You gotta watch people, Russell. You can't look at everybody like I want to let them see us do well. Let us show Trevone what it looks like to do well as a black family. Maybe that can inspire him to do better. Maybe that can inspire him to do well. We can't always help people, right? Star card in reverse. That means I make you feel inferior. I make some kind of way Russell made him feel inferior. Russell made him feel small. Russell made him feel insecure, right? Star card in reverse, right? Your self-esteem. He's the leading quarterback. You're a quarterback too, but he's the leading quarterback. Insecurity, right? He got a nice, beautiful wife, kid, beautiful home, money. The first thing out of Trevone's mouth said, he said what, guys? The first thing out of Trevone's mouth said, he said, if I had Russell Wilson's money, that was the first thing he said. Right? If I had Russell Wilson's money, I would be doing A, B, C, and D. You covered in another man's situation. Star card in reverse. You can't help everybody. See this Five of Pentacles? You can't help everybody. That's why I kept saying it. Five of Pentacles is about a person that you're trying to improve their thinking, the mindset. You can't do that for everybody. Trevone is on a team, right? He's doing good, but he could do whatever the case may be. You might have seen him and say, let me encourage this brother. Let me inspire this brother. Let me give this brother whatever. Watch. Five of Pentacles. You can't always help people because he was never really your friend, right? Ten of Cups, Two of Swords, Ten of Cups. The moment he went to your house, first of all, he went to your house with Two of Swords energy, right? Two of Swords energy. He was never really a friend, right? He always felt conflicted about you because you're a nice guy, so he can't really hate you, but he does kind of hate on you a little bit, right? Ten of Cups. He found Ten of Cups. He found something that he looked at as a negative. He cracked that glass and made your glass not perfect. Don't you hate when you get a brand new car, guys? I just bought a Volkswagen not too long ago. And I was pissed when my glass got a crack in it from the interstate. Trevone found a small thing that he thought was a crack and he ran with it. What this say? Pocket watching Russell Wilson and jealous. Right? So he made him feel a certain way. He was never really a friend. And let me say this. Russell and them already knew about it. So this is not this. I don't feel like this was like news to them. Page of Pentacles in reverse. I don't feel like this was like brand new news to Russell Wilson and Ciara Wilson. Because even that Hermit is there. And even that Ace of Swords is there. So even if they'd heard about it through the grapevine or somebody said something, I feel like that's not something, this wasn't new to them. If Ciara and them even entertain it, justify it, Page of Pentacles, they'll probably take the high road and make it like we're not even entertaining that. But that Page of Pentacles and that Hermit card, I don't feel like they don't know about it or didn't know about it before he even said it. Because that Page of Pentacles represents once they realized who he was, they backed up. The Page of Pentacles is like, we ain't got no commitment to you. Goodbye. Have a nice day. And the Hermit card is like, we reject you. Goodbye. Enjoy your day, right? And then you have the Nine of Wands here in reverse energy. So when you see that Nine of Wands, we don't like what you're doing, you have motives. The Nine of Wands is about people having, in reverse, motives, creating obstacles. I'm not pleased with what you just did. So I don't feel like this is like the whole thing that he just said. I don't feel like it's new to them. I wouldn't be surprised if they heard it somehow through the grapevine. Even if Russell heard it and didn't tell Ciara, I don't feel like that's new. I don't feel it's new. And then Trevone got the King of Pentacles in reverse, right? What is the King of Pentacles in reverse? Your life not even where it's supposed to be, right? Your behavior, your attitude, whatever you had going on. I don't even know this man like really, But this King of Pentacles could represent somebody who was doing too much. Dangerous individual. You worrying about Russell Wilson not having his family over because it's weird. Did you think it was weird when you hit the lady in her head, choked her out, put her in a neck brace? Did you think it was weird when you manipulated the information on the case? Did you think that was weird? Because they said not only were you violent towards a lady, you actually would tamper with information. Did you think any of that was weird? Which is weirder? Russell mama and sisters not being there, or you choking a lady that you was dealing with out? What was weirder? I want to understand what was weird. Why you didn't start your podcast off with a story time about how you took this woman and you choked her out and she ended up in the hospital and she literally, you tampered with the information, so you also were charged with witness tampering. Why didn't you start your podcast over there? Maybe you did. I didn't look through your page. I know I went on there and cussed you out. I don't know. But the point of the matter is, you should have started your podcast off with that story. That might have got you some clicks and views, right? Hey, how y'all doing? All right, I'm just talking, y'all. Podcast hosts are always giving the nasty most. You know what? I was reading. Let me read what you said again. Podcast hosts are always giving the most nasty men platforms. Yes. I was just looking at two words today. Rage baiting. That's a lot of that going on social media, in the news, and in the stratosphere. Rage baiting. You know, a lot of that's going on. I mean, I know y'all heard this term before, but it's literally a lot of rage baiting going on. People want to invoke anger. People want to create a situation, right? That's what they want to do. There's a lot of rage baiting. If you haven't been noticing that, there's a lot of rage baiting going on social media, in the news, even with Trump and his cabinet. Rage baiting. Rage bait is a noun. Basically, Oxford just put this word rage bait. They chose this word as the word of the year. It is defined online as online content deliberately designed to elicit anger and outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive. This is what rage bait is, a noun. Again, it is designed to elicit anger or outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive. This is what it is. There's a lot of this going on YouTube especially, right? TikTok. A lot of rage baiting on. Blueface does it well. Rage baiting, right? A lot of people be gaslighting, rage baiting. That's the bottom line. But this is what you have. Let's ask a question like, how does Ciara and them feel about it? I know they always try to take the high road about stuff. But let's ask in secret. Because it looks like they already kind of knew about it based on their messages. And they tear him up. TikTok, Instagram. They tear his ass up everywhere. If you go look at some of them comments, and I wanted to read some of y'all some of these comments, but y'all can go on in my shorts. Click on the video for Trevone and read some of the comments. Give me energy around. How does Ciara, Russell's wife, Ciara Wilson, how does she feel about what's being said? And she's got the Queen of Swords. What does that mean, guys? She's hurt. She sees it. She heard it. And she's going to take the high road with it. Which is great. Queen of Swords, I'm going to take the high road with it. I'm not about to let this man make me lose no sleep. Right? We got too much good going on for this to make him to make issue. I think we more mad than she is. Or they are. We'll ask about Russell too. What do y'all think is the real issue before I start dealing? Why do y'all think people don't like Russell Wilson? Put it in the chat. Why do you think people don't like, not people, but men? Why do so many men dislike Russell Wilson? Why? Give me the energy around that question, Spirit. Why do so many people just dislike Russell? Give me the energy around that. Put it in the chat, guys. Everybody hates Russell for no reason. Because he's not BL. Oh my God. Oh, they envy him. Thank you. Anybody else? Men hate Russell because he's the dad they never had. Whoa. Okay. He is a respectable black man, period. He has high priestess energy. That means he has a certain light that people can't stand, right? Remember, high priestess is about a person who has divine energy, an inner strength, right? They seem to have their life pretty much figured out. A lot of people hate people like that, right? A lot of people hate people that just, you ever notice people can't stand sometimes people who want to even be like too friendly and giving too much, or people used to even be mad at Oprah Winfrey for giving stuff away on the show, whether they were black or white. I mean, what? But he has high priestess energy. And that's going to always, especially for street people, I'm going to be honest with you. When you see stuff, I feel like they don't like him for a lot of reasons. I think the number one reason why they don't like Russell Wilson is, first of all, they don't feel he should be with Ciara. They don't feel he should be with Ciara. Just like they don't feel Clay should be with Meg Thee Stallion. She's ours, right? Possessive energy. She shouldn't be with Russell. He's a cornball. He's a square, right? He was married to a white woman. He's not supposed to be with Ciara. Ciara's supposed to be with a Future, a Chris Brown, right? A Drake, somebody like that. Even though Drake light skin, Drake's on more in the streets, on the rap side of it. He don't deserve to be with Ciara. That's first. Then he comes in the mix and he steps up and he becomes a father figure to baby Future. And you know how they felt about that. They was in an uproar. He doing too much. He not the daddy. If that was my son, I'd slap him down. Right? They didn't like that. So first of all, they didn't want him being with Ciara. Then they didn't like the fact that he was parenting baby Future. Right? They don't like that. Then you know they can't wait to criticize him about his game. I even saw black men talking about he need to retire. He need to get out. He need to retire. So they only like him being a quarterback, leading anything. But they'll go run over here and be up Drew Brees' ass and be up Tom, what's his name ass. But they don't uplift him in the same way. They see him he's equivalent, I'm going to be honest, he's equivalent to being a white man at this point. He's equivalent. Russell Wilson is equivalent. This is how black men see him. Russell Wilson is equivalent to being a white man that married a fine black woman. And this is how they treat him. Tell me if I'm lying. He's equivalent to being a white man who married a black woman, and this is how they treating Russell Wilson. If a white man married a Ciara, they be dragging him to, they don't, and another thing is because they think they can disrespect Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson ain't gonna fight back. Russell Wilson ain't gonna get a gun. Russell Wilson ain't gonna come step into him. Russell Wilson ain't gonna do none of that. Russell Wilson is equivalent to a white man dating a black woman, a fine black woman, a successful black woman. Period. That's how they look at Russell Wilson, like he a white man. And I remember this is why I never dated a white man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I call myself in Louisiana, in New Orleans, trying to date a white man. Fine, cute. Oh, cute. Baby, we go to the French Quarter. When I tell you, I don't know how many black men tried to fight him, pick a fight with him, boss up on him, handle him, bitch him. It was so scary. I was scared. I was literally scared. I was scared. I never dated a white man ever again. I was like, he would have to be a white man from the streets that know how to handle black men. When I tell you, I couldn't wait to get away from that French Quarter. I couldn't wait to get away from. I was worried about this man's safety. This is not on my mama, no lie. This man was getting messed with the entire time. The entire time. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Black men. Now, if you look like anybody, girl, like they might be kind. But if you nice looking, you fine, shit, they ain't having none of that. You don't deserve to be with her. You shouldn't be with her. And what you doing with him, and they gonna come at your throat. Period, point blank. You gotta be in like a whole different, like New York City somewhere. Go be in New York City with all that. What's up? Go be in New York City with all that. Because if you're gonna be I'm in the South, New Orleans, and I'm telling you, this man was being bullied, harassed, aggravated the whole time. And that's why I was like, I can't do it. I can't put myself in that situation. I can't see myself putting another person in that situation. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all ever dated a white person before and find yourselves in a trick bag? Huh. No, thank you. How does Russell feel about this? Low-key chuckled when they broke YNC me at Walmart and a white sugar daddy. Wait, you say what? This is I low-key chuckled when... Hold on, let me go back. I low-key chuckled when they broke YNC me in a Walmart. Oh, with my... Oh, so they broke their neck to see you, huh? Tell me, I don't like it. How does Russell Wilson feel about this story being told? I'm telling y'all, watch the people y'all put in your house. And this is like reckless. He reckless. But you know, again, that Knight of Swords is in reverse. So that could also mean, man, forget him. Right? Like this guy had a lot of problems. He was unpredictable then. He's unpredictable now. Forget him. I'm not worried about him. He was a fool then and he's a fool now. I can see Russell feeling that way. And he's got King of Pentacles energy. He's going to take the high road. When you bless and divinely favored, you think you got time to be worrying about a bunch of haters? I sure wouldn't. That's like, you know, there's this lady that's on you. I always see her on Instagram. I really like, you know, she's funny. I like her. But she always comparing herself to other women like, I'm natural and they got BBLs. Why are you worrying about that? As a natural woman that's never had any elective surgery, and to each his own, I'm not going to sit down and worry about everybody that got surgery. If somebody want to go get a BBL to make their body voluptuous, that's their business and that's their money. As a natural woman, I'm not going to sit here and there's no comparison. Because whether they did a surgery or not, I don't need to compete. There's nothing to compete about. Right? But back to Russell Wilson and his King of Pentacles energy, again, that means he's going to take the high road with the situation. But do you think he like being and just imagine Thanksgiving, and it's his birthday, and this fool, right? This fool on the internet start mess. Because the Knight of Swords in reverse can also be considered another fool card in reverse. This fool on the internet trying to make a name for himself. Trying to get some little clicks, and trying to get his podcast up. And has that grown your channel, sir? Or your page? Because I saw he had 323 followers. Let me see. Baby, I've been on there about 2-3 times. Let me see. T2. What's his name? T2. God damn it. What's his name? What I wrote his name down? Boykin. T2 Boykin. Stupid ass. Oh, here it is right here. T2 Boykin. Let's look at the podcast and see how many people. Let's look at the podcast show and see how many people actually following it. Since y'all want to talk so bad. You got 392 followers on Instagram. You did all this for 392 followers? Sure. Certainly you just. Okay, on Instagram, Trevone Boykin. Guess how many people he got to follow him, y'all? On YouTube. Now, on Instagram, he has 392 followers. And on YouTube, he got 127 followers. So you mean to tell me you did all this and you ain't got 500 followers? You getting dragged for days. And you did all of this for 500 and something followers. You got to be out your mind. You got to be out your mind. All right, enough about that. Because, baby, I could sit here and really drag your ass, which I want to do so bad, but it is Sunday. But I could sit here and drag your doodle head ass, you know. But I said I was going to be good today. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the next topic here. So, I just wanted to see how many people he had acquired and got to follow him since he won't run his mouth so damn bad. Shut your goofy ass up. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this. Real quick, this just comes some commentary. So, NLE Choppa made another diss song towards NBA Youngboy. Very comical. He has one small part in there where he was dancing I thought was good, but the rest of the song was trash. And it was very, very corny. But I hope somebody tells NLE Choppa to be careful. Because I saw NBA Youngboy previewing some new music thing. And guess what he had on the side of him when he was previewing the music? And he wanted to make sure that people saw it. What you think NBA Youngboy had that he showed in that video today? Anybody, put it in the chat. Just put a hyphen on it. I'll just say a GUN. Be careful, NLE Choppa. Why are you trying to clout chase and think shit funny and keep on trolling? You might get yourself in a pickle. you might get yourself in a pickle rapping and dancing like Michael Jackson. You get worse than fucking Offset. Okay. Rapping and dancing. So, I'm just saying, NBA Youngboy was previewing some music today and had a big ass gun at his side. You might want to stop playing. Because, see, that's kind of scary. I'd rather him respond to you in music versus show you a gun as a visual threat without threatening you. So, while you over there doing, goddamn, I don't know what you're doing over there, that honky-tonk dance. Sit your ass down and leave that little boy alone. This is what's crazy. He tried to cover it up and make it seem like he had this dream about NBA Youngboy. This is what led him to do this. But you had no dream. You just decided NBA Youngboy was the person you was going to target this time to go viral, to launch your music, and to fuck with. This is what you thought, right? This is the person you picked. Because you picked Krishan Rock the last time I had a lookalike. Now you picked NBA Youngboy and a lookalike. This is a strategic thing you're doing in order to go viral, capitalize, make money, launch your music. It's sad when you can't even do your music without having a gimmick attached to it. Without actually at the expense of somebody else to bully. At this point, you're bullying the man publicly, right? And give me the energy around what's going to happen if NLE Choppa continues. And remember the last time we talked about this, we talked about the jealousy, the envy, the clout chase, and the attachment. But what will happen if NLE Choppa keeps on bullying NBA Youngboy? Because I don't think NBA Youngboy is the person to bully. Right? But give me the energy around what could happen with NLE Choppa if he keeps bullying NBA Youngboy. And the Queen of Cups is in reverse, right? That means, so let's talk about what that Queen of Cups is. Let me do one more. So that Queen of Cups, this means you're intentionally doing it to get a reaction, obviously. But that Queen of Cups talks about is intentional. You have a vice, right? But what does that Queen of Cups also mean? That you have an insecurity. You depending to attach yourself to others in order to get what? Some type of attention and reaction. But you're not getting the reaction you want to get. King of Wands in reverse, right? The King of Wands in reverse is also considered a message around what? Jealousy, insecurity. But again, is in the reverse. It represents to me, you need that. You need to use NBA Youngboy to catapult, to help your music economically. Because without that, right, that's your, and it's all a plan. Remember I said, he claimed he had this dream. No, nigga, you ain't had no dream. It's a plan. Two of Wands. You planned this shit. You planning it. You made a decision. You're going with it. And you're going to keep going with it until you get your ass in a trick bag. Right? You know full well what you're doing. You know full well what you're doing. And last but not least, can it really result to something? Yes. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah. It can result in your behavior creates a problem for you. And I hate seeing being a young boy react to this in any way and get dragged into this in any way because somebody hating on him, jealous of him, won't attach to him, won't use his name for clout. I hate that. I really hate that. But this is how childish NLE Choppa is. You over there dancing around like a damn fool. And also too, the way he was like, had his legs spread open a lot. I mean, do you need to put something in there? I mean, he always had his like, he was always crouching down, legs spread open with his butt down. I mean, do you need something in there? Why you always like got your butt down? I mean, why you always crouching down like that with your butt? I mean, what? Do you need something in there? I mean, what is happening? Like, I mean, maybe that's the problem. You want him to put something in there. I don't know. Because it seemed like on that video, like he did a lot of like with his legs spread open, with his butt coming down. And I'm like, I mean, maybe he want NBA Youngboy to put something in there. I don't know. Does he swing that way? I don't think anybody could ever go and say NLE Choppa had sex with me. But do I think he have intentions, or do I feel like he have that energy? Yes. Like, I don't feel like a guy can say me and NLE hooked up. I don't think a guy could ever come say that at this moment. I'm going to say moment. I'm not saying that can't change. But does he come with that energy? 100%. I mean, sometimes people who, they naturally, organically just display that energy as a part of who they are. Because it's a part of who they are. Right? But it seemed like he always got his butt, like his legs spread and his butt crouched down. I'm like, why? I mean, what are we doing here? Like, what's happening? But I just wanted to I just want to talk a little bit about it because I'm like, I saw NBA Youngboy was like making sure that a gun was seen at his side. And I'm like, boy, I mean, that seems like a nice little, that seems like he's showing you a little something. He trying to give you a little message without giving you a message. All right, so we talked about Russell Wilson, Ciara. We talked about this Trevone. Trevone, shit on you. I'm tired of you. Shut your mouth. We talked about that. Let's talk a little bit about Krishan Rock. We're not gonna talk long. Krishan's little 19-year-old boo, boyfriend, bae, they already fell out. And my sister mentioned that she saw something on somebody's page, and the guy was claiming that Krishan was threatening to kill him. Anybody saw that? So he showed some messages where Krishan was allegedly making threats towards him, and basically was saying, "I'm gonna get my baby daddy to get you." I was like, what's happening? This is my problem with Krishan. And me and my sister don't always agree with this. Okay. Ronnie claimed at the time that he KIL unalived somebody for Krishan. Now Ronnie is unalive. She threatened Blueface online, and then this new guy is saying that she threatened him. I mean, what's going on, Krishan? Don't use church as your disguise. And you out here threatening people. Because the guy, I actually went and watched the video because my sister was telling me about it. And the guy was saying, this is y'all church person right here. This is the person who talking about church. She's threatening to unalive me. Right? She's threatening to try to shoot me. That's what he basically said. This is your church person right here. This little 19, 20-year-old guy literally just made a video like 2 days ago saying she was going to do this to him. Then she was just 2 weeks ago talking about she wanted to see Blueface on the ground, wanted to see him dead, and gave his address out online. Like literally sent his full address out online. Dangerous. Ronnie already came up missing on the funny style, or unalived on the funny style. And then Ronnie said that you and him had a situation where he unalived somebody behind you. So I'm trying to understand what's going on, Krishan Rock. Remember this. Females do go to jail for participating in setting people up. Remember that females do go to jail. You listen, God don't sleep. You like to use God so much. Let me say this. God don't sleep, baby. Stop making threats, idle threats, direct or indirect threats. Stop making threats to people. Not cool. That's all I have to say about it. I think her and Blueface still dealing with each other too, by the way. So even though it looks like he's moved on and she's moved on, come back to this video, and when you see them eventually, come back to this video. Remember what I said. Ace of Cups just popped out. Ace of Cups. New start, new beginning, new connection. They mirror each other a lot. You can see it. They mirror each other a lot. I love her new hairstyle, by the way. Hopefully, she combed Junior's hair too. Alright, so that's all I have to say about that. I'm not doing no cards on them. I just wanted to say, girls, stop threatening people. Because when I did that reading on Ronnie's deck, they had some strange cards up in there for you, Krishan. That's why I kind of stopped doing readings on her. Because I was like, she seemed like she'd be involved in stuff. And she needs to stop. Krishan always got a new ninja. That's true. Let me say this. A lot of women got a new ninja. How old is Krishan? 25? That's what 25-year-olds do. 20-year-olds do. They got a new ninja every month, a new ninja every week. I know when I was 25, hot girl, so much into my thing. I do think on the fun jump. Hot girl, so much into the thing. Girl, I was 25. What I look like? Baby, I was talking on the phone with, hello? We going, what? Child, I ain't start really like calming down until I was like, probably like 30. Baby, child, bye. I think I'm supposed to be sitting there like Mother Teresa. I'm waiting on my husband. Get the fuck out of here. I'm 25. I'm gonna live it up. I'm living it up. Do 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 do. I'm living it up. I used to be having. Now I'm not saying I slept with everybody, but trust me, baby. In my 20s, I used to have a man that would treat me to breakfast, a man that would treat me to lunch, and a man that would treat me to dinner, baby. I stayed putting a plate in the refrigerator. Doop, doop, doop. What? Girl, stop. Y'all over there acting like Mother Teresa. Right now, they got females. They got a nigga paying their rent, their car note, their insurance. What are you talking about? Girl, we in the real world. Bye. When I was a casino manager, I used to manage slots, beverage, and then another part. And I temporarily managed this part called the masquerade. Man, you know how many females would have a nigga paying this, that, and the third? Different ones. Y'all up here acting like Krishan doing something strange. Oh my God. Maybe you do that. Hey, more power to you, girl. Hey. But ain't nothing strange about that. They got chicks out here doing way worse to Krishan. They don't even know who their baby daddy is. Some of them around here with STDs. Some around stripping on a pole. Child. But as far as dating, that's what you're supposed to do. Nah, you're supposed to be saying that's up to you too. You can get married to them every week. Every new man she gonna be married to him. But some people be delusional like that. You know, I used to be like, when I was younger too, I wouldn't say I wanted to marry anybody, but I definitely, if I met a guy, I would always be like planning my life. Like, I'm a Cancer. So I would always like having these like, ideas like, okay, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that, we're going to plan our life, we're going to be together. Some people naturally do that. I even notice when my clients do it, certain clients do it, depending on their sign. Like they start getting like in their mind, like when they meet somebody, they start planning things out. That's actually natural. That's actually normal. People start visualizing the potential in the relationship. They start thinking about, I can see myself with this person. I can see myself married. Or I can see myself having a baby. People do that all the time. But Krishan just puts it online and she says it out loud. You know? You ever had that one friend, you like, girl, slow down. God damn. Like, slow down. All right, so let's get back to the other people that we had on the thumbnail. Yeah, manifesting. But all it leads to is what? Heartbreak. So I always tell people, keep balance with that. Like, it's okay to meet people and have a feeling around it, but give it time. Give it time. Keep balance and perspective with it. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the next group of people we have on the thumbnail. I believe I had who did I put on that thumbnail? I didn't forget. I still got so engrossed into this other stuff. Let me see who else we have on the thumbnail right quick. So we had Trevone. We talked about Ciara, Russell Wilson. We talked about NLE Choppa. We talked about maybe Youngboy. We talked about Krishan, Blueface. Okay. Now, this was just a throw in just so I could build the thumbnail up. But I did have Mariah, Carey, and Money Long. Y'all saw this little thing. Clearly, there's some like little underlying tension. Mariah Carey seems to have an issue with people doing her music. And then I believe Money Long had done a rendition of one of her songs or something like that. It was a tribute. And Mariah Carey didn't seem to be so, too enthusiastic about it. And then Money Long ended up getting a Mariah Carey impersonator to impersonate Mariah Carey. And they just have all this underlying silly attention behind this whole thing about Money Long, doing her song. Now, Money was supposed to be doing, I think it's called, her name is Muni Long or Money Long. She was supposed to be doing the Boys Mind tour, but she has lupus. And she dropped out of the tour, so she's no longer doing the tour, the Boys Mind tour. I think she had a couple of dates on there. But let me say this. Y'all both kind of like the same. Y'all are both annoying. All right, let me keep it real. I don't care if you got lupus. Okay, my mom had full-fledged lupus, and she wasn't even half as annoying as you, Money Long. Mariah Carey, you're annoying too. Let me keep it real. I don't, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. Mariah Carey always got her nose stuck up in the air towards somebody. You know, she don't know this person. She don't know that person. She got nasty ways and a nasty disposition. Her mom and her sister died on the same day. She just kept moving like nothing was happening. She just have nasty ways. Money Long, you're annoying too. I'm gonna keep it real. I thought you was a cool girl, but I started following you on my backup page, and when I tell you, you are so annoying. You are very annoying. Yes, you are. You're so annoying to the point to where you went viral for being annoying. You always was complaining and in shit, girl. You know, getting into it with people online. Just like you go make a whole video. Girl, I ain't never made a video about none of these people on YouTube. You know really many people on YouTube that said something to me, girl? Bye. You think I'm about to sit here because Charnel said something to me and I'm gonna get on there? Yeah. Let me tell you something, Charnel. Baby, I look like this because like I ain't got time for this fool. Girl, what are you doing? You are annoying. Y'all all annoying. Y'all are very much annoying. You sitting online, you complaining about this, you complaining about that, you get into it with people. Y'all all annoying. Mariah's the queen of shade, and Money Long is the princess of shade. Y'all all doing the same thing to each other. Now, you know, I don't know why Mariah's, you know, she has nasty ways, but that's because Mariah has been entitled for a very long time. She's been entitled for a very long time, and I promise you, very few people are telling putting Mariah Carey in check. She was shady with Nicki Minaj. She was shady with Jennifer Lopez. She was shady. She has a history of being a mean girl. Mariah Carey, you have a history of being a mean girl. I'm tired of you too. You have a history of being a mean girl, and this is why your life is. You know what? Your life is not fabulous, honey. I watched that little reality show you had. You was always looked like you was just depressed. Stop. So anyway, oh Lord, will Mariah Carey been a mean girl? Think of all the women she seemed to not get along with. Shady boots ass girl. Give me the energy around Mariah Carey. And will she and Money Long come together, have a kumbaya moment, get it together? All this stemming from a person singing your song and you didn't like it. They do have the Three of Cups. There is a God. That Three of Cups means one day we might see them bury the hatchet. Again, might see them bury the hatchet and come together. That Three of Cups could be friendship, to celebrate each other, come together, healing, moving forward. So we may see that one day. I'm not saying this today. We may see that one day. Remember I said this on this channel. All right? Them coming together. You start to look like a bad. I mean, like you always is shit. Nobody tells Mariah Carey anything. Because she's in the black community, but she's not really in the black community. Maybe people don't put too much focus on her. I don't know. But she's definitely a mean girl. She was shady with Nick Cannon. She was shady with Nicki Minaj. She was shady with Money Long. She was shady with Jennifer Lopez. How you don't know Jennifer Lopez, girl? I'm trying to understand. No, you don't know Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo, you don't know nothing about Jennifer Lopez. She didn't have much more drama than you. Y'all both equal. Her baby daddy is Nick Cannon. That is her karma enough, period. She even had the kids saying, and they do, again, they have the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. Don't be surprised if you see Money Long and Mariah Carey bury the hatchet. That Four of Wands, you see how these two women are coming together with their hands together? That means coming together. They may see, and these both represent celebratory energy. So it might be at an event, something. But she even had her daughter talking about, I only have one brother. My dad has some children, but I got one brother. Girl, what? You even got your children doing this shit. Okay, let's see what you got. Okay. Mariah Carey forgot where she came from. Oh, that's true. She seems like her daughter will be a mean girl after posting what she said about her brother. Having one brother. Mariah ain't got nothing going on, period. You ain't got nothing on Whitney Houston, girl. Always laying down and singing and shit. Girl, get up. Stand up. I need you to sing standing up. I need you to move around. I need you to move your arms. Girl, is you need oil on your body like the Tin Man? Why are you always laying down? I need you to get up. I need you to move your body around. I need you to dance. I need you to do something for me. You just laying down everywhere, laying on the couch, laying on the man, just stiff as a board. You expect people to pay for this shit. Lazy singing. Who don't know Jenny from the block? Does their dad not see them or something? Give me the energy around. Does Nick Cannon spend enough time with these kids? We did a reading on Masika on the last live. He's got the King of Pentacles, the Hermits. I don't like his time is spread thin. When you look at it, he does talk to them and he does see them. Let's not make it up. He does see them and he does talk to them, but he does show his time is spread thin. He has the King of Pentacles, too much going on, right? Excessive lifestyle, too many women, too many baby mamas, right? You can't give all that time. I'm searching for you. I want you to come. Hermit card, right? And then he has 9 of Cups. I don't think they like the way his life is. Let me tell y'all this. I'm sorry. If I had a baby daddy that had all of that going on, I wouldn't want my kids around all that shit either. I'm gonna keep it real. Give me a 1 in the chat if you want your kids to be around all this dysfunction with Nick Cannon. Give me a 1 in the chat if you cool with that, and give me a 2 if you're not. Just imagine you got all these baby mamas talking about he in a poly relationship. And everybody he can date everybody, but nobody can date nobody. Give me a 1 if you think that's okay, that your kids be around all this nonsense. Or give me a 2 if you're like, no, I'm not cool with it. Like, what are we talking about here? I agree on some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying she shouldn't say that's not her brothers and sisters, but that's very dysfunctional to me. That's very dysfunctional to me. To have all them baby mamas, all those kids in poly relationships. It's not healthy. That's just like when Floyd Mayweather, you're a womanizer. Your daughter fell in love with a womanizer. You got to remember the way you conduct yourself, that can lead to your children conducting themselves like that. Your daughter, you know, Floyd Mayweather got all these women all out the wazoo. He ain't committed to nobody. He all over the place. Then she go get with a man that's doing the same shit. Children mirror what they see. Your sons can do it. Your daughter could become one of them. Now your daughter in a harem. Because of the behavior that you've shown. You can't even get mad at this girl, Yaya Mayweather. Floyd shouldn't even be telling her nothing. Look at the example you have set for your daughter. Woman, nothing but a bunch of women, half naked, all over the place. I don't care how much money you got. Look at the example you set for your daughter. And do you wonder why she with an NBA Youngboy? Or she keep chasing NBA Youngboy? She's trying to be with an NBA Youngboy. He got a whole wife and she's still over there with that nonsense. So I'm not saying Nick Cannon don't see these kids, but I definitely see he spread thin. Thank you so much, Monet, for... You can book your reading at BlueNolaTarot.com. That's what she's posting here. And I think I'm gonna do a holiday special for Christmas. What y'all think the price point should be? Right now, my lowest price point. Well, I'm not gonna say that. What you think the price point should be? I'm gonna do a holiday special. Put it in the chat. I haven't done a holiday special in a minute. I haven't done like a I'm thinking about a special. I think I'm gonna do a real juicy one too. 5 questions special for how much? I All right, so that's on Money Long and what's her name? Mariah Carey. All right, so I think that's it. We got everybody on here. How much money? All right. Let's see. I think that's all I had. Looks like 65. 65 for 5. Okay, that sounds good. Anybody else? All right, so Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion seem to be doing pretty good. I remember about a month and a half ago when I saw Meg with his mom, they didn't look too comfortable with each other. That's all changed. They look very comfortable with each other. It looks like his dad has embraced her. His mom has embraced her. I love that for them. Hopefully they can make it work, make it last. And then he just named his boat after her. He's one of those people. He's gonna get that Russell Wilson welcome too. If Klay Thompson stays with Meg Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson will have to deal with constant belittling and aggravation. And on top of that, he has to deal with the Tory Lane situation. So it's Klay Thompson, you got to have tough skin. You're not going to, don't let these people easily trigger you. Because you're going to have to deal with not only the fact that they're going to be jealous about the fact that you're with Meg Thee Stallion because she's fine, but they're going to be mad because they're going to be bothering y'all because of the whole Tory Lane situation. So you're going to have tough skin, Klay. Tough skin, okay? That's all I have to say about you. You're a cutie pie. I like you, but you got to have tough skin. All right? All right, I think that's pretty much it. Burna Boy is canceled. Burna Boy kind of gets, he really gets into his concerts, and he really starts to get mad with people because they sleeping, or, it's like, what happened to just going, get security? Why don't you tell security this? Pay attention to the crowd. If you see anybody in the crowd doing anything off, she said 40. Okay, that's a good price too. I might do two. Maybe I'll do one for like 40 at a price point, or maybe 45 at a price point, and then I'll do another one for 65. So I'll do 2 holiday specials. One where it's super affordable. Like, I'll do it like that. Maybe Burna Boy could get like his security to walk around the crowd. What happened to tapping the young lady? Why you gonna go do all this? Kick her out. Then they got people just walking off the stage. It's just so unprofessional. Like, you think I'm paying you? You know what it takes to go to a concert? People got to buy the ticket. They got to get their clothes together. They got to, get their hair done, get their hair cut, get the ride, drive there, pay for parking. This is an experience. And you over here have money for food, celebrate later. And you over here making people's concert experience bad. I feel like when if they walk off stage and don't complete the concert, it should be a refund to everybody that was in that building. Maybe if they start putting a clause in there like that, they'll stop doing shit. Because it's like, I didn't pay you for all of this. I didn't pay you to walk off the stage. I didn't pay you to get into no altercations or hear it. I paid for you to do a concert. What you talking about? People forget who they work for. These people, without the fans, you don't have no business. You don't have no business. Like, I don't understand these people. Right? Without the fans buying your music, support your music, what do you think you're going to be at? And you only got so much time to be on top. You only have so much time. You think people are going to be worrying about Burna Boy in 20 years? No. Absolutely not. Maybe in your community, maybe your little, where you're from, Nigeria, but damn sure not America. Shit, I don't give a damn about you today. God damn it. All right, so anything else before we go? Chloe and Burna Boy still together? Shit, really. That looks like that was short-lived. Very short-lived. Death card in reverse. Feels like stagnant energy. Taking a break. I still feel like he likes her though. And I still feel like she likes him too. But there's something about separate. And then there's something about he just can't be committed faithful to one person, right? It makes you feel like the relationship is stagnated in some way. They could still be very much so still friends. Let's say that. Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. That means I can still be cool with you. We have an understanding. I might see you every now and then. You like me, I like you. He still likes her. That's what it shows. But they definitely have stagnant energy here, block energy here, a fall from grace here. This also represents some conflict or lack of support. And this definitely means like he wasn't doing his part. Let me say, sometimes people just don't know how to be in relationships. They don't know how to keep their pants on. They don't know how to be in relationships, right? So it just means that person, like, they could still be cool in some way. People be still like, a lot of people still be seeing each other and you don't even know. You know, that's just like with any relationship. You might, these two people broke up and then come to find out they were still dealing with each other the whole time. They were still seeing each other every now and then. When they get together, they get together. But people do that every day, right? All right, so this is the end of the road for me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share if you care. Thank you for, I saw somebody in chat saying they were new. Thank you for being new. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm out of here. It's Sunday. I don't want to be too late. I know everybody got to go to work or school. And I know I got to be up at 5:20 in the morning, so I don't like to be up too late. But I'll talk to y'all on the next go around, on the next session. And don't forget you can book at BlueNolaTarot.com, BlueNolaTarot.com. Peace and blessings to y'all. And we can talk about some of the topics another time. I'm trying to see how to get out of here. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Did I do it?